Welcome back to the Cryptopian Lounge with your host, Tyler West, and my co-host, Mike Scafidi. We're really excited to share this information with you today. There's been a development in one of the crypto projects out there that Mike called me with some enthusiasm yesterday about, and we think it's really cool. So, Mike, what is this all about?
So, as you know, Tyler, I've spoken in the past about ABRA. It's the app that I use to primarily store all my crypto, or 99% of it, actually.
And just a little bit about ABRA for those who didn't tune in to our last live stream about it. ABRA is essentially a way for people to store crypto. So it is a wallet and earn rewards on that crypto. And furthermore, to take out loans with the crypto in their account as collateral. Is that right?
Yeah, that last part, the loan, is not available in some states.
Okay.
I think California is one of them. So,
okay.
Just to put that out there, but it will be available in the future.
Good information to know.
Certainly.
But yeah, it sounds like something that
anybody could buy, sell, store, trade. They could earn interest on their cryptos as well, including their dollar stable coins.
Yeah, you told me about ABRA some time ago. I kicked myself for not signing up for an account yet, but that's something I'm seriously going to do, as you've shared, some success using their platform.
Yeah, and so for the audience that doesn't understand what you just said right there, they are launching a CPERX program beginning Monday, and there's going to be a pretty big airdrop, 150 million tokens for the CPERX. It's called CPERX token. It's an Ethereum 20 based token, and they're going to be launching it and giving away 150 million tokens to existing ABRA users. So although there's going to be perks, that's why they call it CPERX. There's going to be perks for anybody signing up now, and a month from now. The best time to have gotten in was probably today, actually, before it launches. I think anybody signing up will be eligible to get a piece of that airdrop. Obviously, the longer you've been with ABRA and the more you've done in the app, the more of the airdrop you're going to be getting. But
and for those who are new to crypto, an airdrop is essentially free crypto tokens.
It's essentially free money. And in fact, once the airdrop is in the wallet, you are free to do whatever you want with it. You can trade it, you can convert it to dollars, and just basically cash out and say, I never want to do anything with the crypto space again.
Now, the part that's really exciting to me isn't so much the prospect of free tokens. With, this is a distribution for and a reward for users of ABRA, and but I understand they're thinking about going around to other platforms and helping other exchanges offer their own internal rewards programs using this token, which implies that the token will be available on exchanges and would be a good thing to have on hand because it can go up in value.
Yeah, so you just actually said a lot right there that I think requires a lot of clarity. So first and foremost, the token itself is not owned or controlled by ABRA. It's actually owned by what's called the Crypto Banking Alliance, and they're based out of Switzerland. And their idea was to mint a token and basically use it as like a rewards program. The same way you would use your credit card and you get rewards for, you get points for flying,
frequent flyer
for
miles.
anything, you get cash back. They were like, well, why don't we create a token that could be a rewards program for a plethora of things?
It's brilliant.
And it really is. And so there's a 3 billion supply of these tokens. ABRA has received a grant for 1 billion of them. And that's
Wow.
33%. Yes. So it's like a big deal. So once again, ABRA does not own or control these tokens. And what's more is that when the token is released into the crypto space, I believe it's the first decentralized ICO, initial coin offering. So for anybody that doesn't understand, the same way it works with stocks. I'm sorry, not this way. Traditionally, the way it works with stocks is that somebody comes up with a great idea. They have some kind of innovation. They then list, the company is successful for so many years that they list the stock on the NASDAQ or the Dow Jones, and then the executives that did it become rich overnight. The same thing works with a lot of these crypto tokens, where somebody has a great idea, there's a new innovation in the blockchain space, they list the token, they become rich overnight. This is not...
I remember back in the 2017 was a big year for ICOs, initial coin offerings, because everybody was trying to do this,
yes.
right? Everybody was, and their
scams.
Grandma was launching a token,
yeah,
hoping to become rich overnight.
Yeah, and there are quite a few scams. This token is different in the sense that everybody, at least right now, because they're only releasing it to folks in ABRA initially, and then later next week they're going to be listing it on many exchanges. So to that point, executives within ABRA don't have special privileges to this token as better than you or I, for example. I mean, some of them will be getting more, but that's because of their usage within the app. So basically, it's a fair game. Anybody could start, like, right now, do stuff in the app.
It's an even playing field.
Yeah, and we could provide a link to everybody with this explanation.
Sure.
Basically,
maybe we can link to the white paper for those interested.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm very excited because for several reasons. One, because it's a fair giveaway, meaning I have the same rights to this token as the CEO of ABRA does. Anybody does. And we're going to be receiving this airdrop on Monday before it's listed on exchanges, which is later next week. So that's pretty powerful. I mean, I want everybody to think about that for a second, because oftentimes it's just like they list something on an exchange and it's got a price and then it suddenly shoots up. I mean, it could go down. I think they're going to be listing it at an initial price of 8 cents on the exchanges, but then they're going to be doing the airdrop for us at 15 cents. So obviously there's, some...
But just like a new stock listing, the expectation is that the value of the token is going to find its true value after launch, right?
Correct. So it's basically the value is going to be dictated by the market.
Yeah,
and it's whatever the market is going to.
And usually on upon launch, the value is discounted. So
yes,
the expectation is that it's going to rise up from 8 cents.
I mean, I think it will. You can never, nobody has a crystal ball, but if you read through the white paper for this token, the first 60 days, basically any ABRA user is going to get a huge, enormous benefit. I mean, let's use an example of you store $1,000. It's 1,000 USDC. It's a stable coin. You're already through the app getting 9% yield. It used to be 8% a couple months ago. They bumped it up to 9%. So that's basically effectively, you leave that in there for a year. By the end of 2022, you're going to be having at least $1,090. On top of that, they're adding a 5% bonus yield for CPERX, effectively making that $1,000 that you put in, 1,140, so 14% yield. So an extra $50 worth of CPERX. And
That's
who knows what those
terrific.
CPERX could do? Those CPERX could go to, it could drop in value or it could rise in value.
Now that is in addition to the interest that the tokens you have in your ABRA account are already earning.
Correct. And so that is just sort of it's like a what do they call it? There's a name for it. Sorry, I'm blanking. But they call it like a period of 60 days, a promotion. Thank you.
Okay.
A promotion period where the first 60 days you get these amazing benefits. After that, the promotion expires. They then have tiers. And the tier system works is like, basically, if you decide to get rid of all your CPERX and you just don't want to be a part of the program, that's fine. You're going to have 0. You're going to have the baseline, which you're still getting the benefit of all the other, the great interest rates that ABRA offers and everything. But if you then have, I think, a minimum of 20 CPERX, you're then in tier 1. Then it's like 100 or 200, and then 300, 500, 5,000, 50,000. Obviously, I'm getting those tiers wrong, but at the very top, which is if you own 50,000 CPERX, you will then have that 5% bonus yield indefinitely, until it expires. Which is saying a whole lot, right?
That's tremendous, because
they're creating an incentive for people to hold the token versus selling it.
So
that tells me there's going to be a significant demand and buying pressure, which will drive up the price. That is just my speculation.
I would expect that to be the case, especially if it's a finite supply. You said they minted 3 billion.
3 billion total. 1 billion is going into ABRA over the course of 4 or 5 years.
That makes it a deflationary asset. If they're restricting the supply, that makes it a deflationary asset, which implies that it's just going to continue to go up in value, like Bitcoin, another deflationary asset.
Bitcoin is a deflationary asset, so is Ethereum. So yes, I think I share your opinion that it's going to go up in value just because of the deflationary effect, and not factoring in a lot of the plans that ABRA and the Crypto Banking Alliance have for this token. We don't know what the Crypto Banking Alliance is going to have another 2 billion. And, they could pull a wild card. They could say, hey, Coinbase, you want 1 billion of these? And if Coinbase lists them, gives all of the Coinbase users a perk. I mean, can you imagine what that's going to do to the price of that?
Yeah.
A Coinbase or Binance, for example. So I bring all this up because there are a lot of people, a lot of our viewers too, that are not familiar with the crypto space. I mean, everybody can see the price of Bitcoin. I think the last time we had a video, what was it, at 40,000, and now it's 60,000. And people might be saying to themselves, oh gosh, I wish I got in when those guys started this. Well, I've got good news for everybody. Everybody can get in right now. Bitcoin 62,000.
Yeah.
because a lot of people have been doing this since 2009. Oh, I wish I didn't do this, or I wish I didn't do that, and they don't understand the power of a deflationary asset when we're living in an inflationary world. And so, anyways, that being said, I can't think of a better entry point for anybody than to be a part of this program. And it's very easy. We can give everybody a referral link. Now, if I use my personal referral, and you're going to want to do that, we'll put a
referral link in the description.
We will.
You can go sign up for ABRA. When you use the referral link, you'll get $25.
If they use my referral
link,
if they use my referral link, I will be receiving $25 of CPERX, as will the user. If they decide not to use my referral link and just go into the app, there is no $25 perk, but you will still be able to sign up for the program. So I will be receiving a benefit. Honestly, I'm not doing it for myself. In fact, why don't we do this? Anybody that wants to sign up if they want to use my referral link, I'll give them the $25 that I'm going to be receiving for that referral. So effectively, we'll be giving our viewers $50 worth of CPERX if they want something.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm a longtime ABRA user, so I'm thinking I'm going to be a recipient of a pretty significant amount of the airdrop. So that amount it's not something that I'm going to be holding on to as a necessity.
In other words, it's a trivial amount.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great incentive for people to go ahead and do this, especially if they've been sitting on the sidelines wanting to get into the crypto space, but not really sure where to start. This provides a really easy entry point for them. And we've ever since you told me about ABRA over a year ago, I think, I've been watching them, and they have credibility as a company, as a platform. In my eyes, I appreciate hearing that the CPERX was launched by a third party and not ABRA itself, and the fact that they distributed 1/3 of their 3 billion CPERX to the ABRA platform is just another sign of credibility in my eyes.
Or trust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed very much. Now I do have to, so the way this referral program works is that you would receive a link, and ABRA is only an app. You can't, as far as I know, you can't browse it through the web. So it's just available on the phone via Android or Apple or iOS. And so the way one would be able to qualify for the $25, and myself as well as whoever's signing up, it would be for them to use the referral link. They then have to fund their account with $15. I'm sorry, before
anybody
that,
can do that.
Sorry, before that, you do have to go through. Basically, you're essentially, when you're signing up with ABRA, you're signing up for a bank. So they're going to ask for a driver's license, a passport, however that works, and then once you provide that information, including Social Security, once that information is provided and they get that, they then will either approve or reject your account. If they reject
your
it,
application,
why. So after that approval happens, they will then be able, within the app, to link their bank account or credit card to the app, and then fund it with $15. As soon as that $15 is funded, or they could even fund, they could buy $15 worth of Bitcoin, for example. And once that happens, even if the price of Bitcoin drops, for example, and it's now $14, it still qualifies.
Right. So after you fund your account with 15 or more, you qualify for the CPERX airdrop, which comes on Monday, November 15th, 2021.
That's right. So the thing about that is they would have to sign up today, and they would have to be approved by tomorrow, and then they would have to fund their account before Monday in order to qualify for the airdrop. Now, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but that airdrop, because they're coming in so late, I wouldn't expect the world, because they are getting in before that. So I believe they are going to have some kind of a piece of that airdrop. It probably won't be very much, but they will qualify. But after that, they should receive the $25 worth of CPERX. And I believe they're even doing an onboarding credit. So people that are coming on to ABRA, they get like CPERX automatically. And from there, they can do whatever they want with it. They can convert it to Bitcoin. They can convert it back to dollars. They could cash out everything and say, oh, this was worth it. I made $50 and just, call it quits. But I think that if somebody were to do it that way, which wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, you're profiting. They might end up looking back several years and regretting that decision. That's just my feeling, though. That's just my feeling. But
the whole crypto space is it's something that you want to get on the ground floor of a new coin offering, a new platform. Even when Coinbase went public and started issuing stocks, would have been a good stock to get in on the ground floor on, because we're dealing in assets that multiply in value at exponential rates. And that's why ABRA can offer such highly competitive interest rates on the cryptos that you hold in your ABRA account, because they have to make money too. When you hold your cryptos with them, they are making probably somewhere between 10 and 15% on the assets they hold in their custody, right?
Correct. Yep. Yeah. And so, I've been following them for a year now. And so I'm very, very much sold on their business model. Their executives, now they have a team and everything, but all their people actually use the app. So the way it works is they are able to provide us this high yield because they're giving us the lion's share of the yield. Banks, you have your money stored in banks and everything, bank accounts, they do just the opposite. They take the lion's share of the yield, they distribute it amongst themselves, they distribute it amongst their shareholders. And then you and I, who have an account with them, they give us a measly 0.15%, which is actually, it's actually really offensive in my opinion.
Yeah.
At that point, you may as well just be giving us the middle finger. But
for those of us who are, maybe 35 and older, we remember a time when the banks gave us paltry 2% interest on our bank accounts.
And that was good when inflation wasn't running at 12%.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they take the money in your account and they go offer 25 loans on it.
Or they just play derivatives with it, manipulate the price of precious metals, you name it.
Yeah.
The whole system that we live by is broken.
And I think that's one of the reasons you and I are so excited about the crypto space. We're seeing the dying of the old systems and the booting up of the new.
Don't get me wrong. I'm at a point where I'm just like, let them inflate. Let them. I mean, nobody wants an economic collapse, and technically it's another form of an economic collapse, but we're at a point in history where we have an alternative where, if they were allowed to have an economic collapse, which would be another 2008 or 1929 on steroids, nobody wants that. Now they can inflate our debt away. We have all this tremendous debt, trillions. They're just like, oh, let's just print more money and pay the debt. Okay, I mean, that does hurt people, but now us people have an alternative. We have an out. And the more they do this, the more it's like crypto, Bitcoin in particular, feeds off of corruption. It's just like, give us more corruption. Yeah, come on, bring on more corruption. Because we're going to be getting more and more higher, wherever this goes.
Yeah.
That's just my feeling, though.
But when you hold a significant amount of crypto, you come to the inevitable conclusion that you're well hedged against the decline of the dollar.
Yeah, I mean, same with owning a home, owning any appreciating asset at this point. If anybody's holding dollars, well, I hope it's in a stable coin, because that's what I'm doing actually. We're still gonna need a stable coin of some sort. I think we're gonna need some form of centralization. I don't think the world is going to be entirely decentralized, but I think having a backbone of decentralization is extremely important. So holding a stable coin that's earning a 9%, actually with CPERX 14% yield, is a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah. So, now answer me this, because I don't know the answer. If you're using Coinbase as your entry point, your on-ramp to the crypto space, you can get a Coinbase card and you can go buy groceries on this Coinbase debit card using your crypto holdings to buy them.
Correct.
Can you do that on ABRA for the assets you have on account? Or are there any plans for them to do that?
So they're not allowed to give anything away, but the CEO has sort of just like, hiccuped a few times on his show, every Friday show. He goes, I'm not supposed to be doing this, but stay tuned, is what he said.
Okay.
So as soon as that happens, which is fantastic, it's basically going to provide a bridge into the real economy with my ABRA account, and I'm very excited about that when that happens.
That is,
but that's for a different show for us.
Sure.
In the meantime, this right here should just be an excellent entry point for anybody that doesn't understand the crypto space, that is very new to it, that wants to get some kind of benefit, that is wary of the risk. I mean, Bitcoin could go back down to 40,000. I mean, if it is, I'm going to be buying it. So just because I understand it, and I think as more and more people understand the technology, they will be convinced that it's the way forward.
Well said. And with that, I think that's a wrap. We're at 26 minutes. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll look forward to talking to you and sharing our enthusiasm for the crypto space again soon.
Thanks a lot, Tyler. Good luck, everyone.
Thanks, Mike.
Mm-hmm.